Ecuador is, by constitutional definition, a pluricultural and intercultural state. However, this legal declaration stands in stark contrast to alarming linguistic reality. Ancestral language is a state of critical vulnerability. Globalization, the hegemony of the Spanish language, and the lack of a cross-cutting public policy have conflicted indigenous language to a space of resistance. At the heart of this research lies Quechua, not merely as a communication instrument, but as a symbol, an identity, and historical resistance. The central argument I present is that the loss of a language is not just a linguistic phenomenon. It presents the disappearance of an entire worldview. It Quechua days a unique way of understanding the relationship between humanity and natural ties with it. To understand the current state of Quechua, we must analyze its historical trajectory. Original was the language of Tahuantinsuyo. Quechua function is a language of imperial integration and administration during Andean regions. Its cohesive capacity allowed diverse people to unify under a shared linguistic and cultural code. At the same time, following the Spanish colonization and the subsequent establishment of the Republican era, Quechua underwent a systematic process of displacement and stigmatization. Spanish was imposed as the language of power, law, and education, limiting Quechua to domestic and rural spheres. Yet Quechua didn't go extinct, it transformed. Today it remains one of the most significant languages for intercultural relations in both the Amazon and the Andes, embodying the worldview of summa causa, or good living. Understanding the historical path is vital to recognize Quechua, but an act of historical reparation toward the peoples who have rewarded Ecuadorian territory of centuries. During the practical core of my thesis, I have analyzed the crucial importance of the mediator and interpreter within the environment sectors. The pragmatic case of the Quechua people of Sarayaco versus Ecuador, adjudicated by the Inter-American Court of Human Rights, serves as the most of-pyrrhine expense of that happens when communication fails. In these conflicts, the flood of prior constitution in the mother language of those affected led to a systemic violation of human and territorial rights. In Sarayaco, the state permitted straight activity without a free barrier on informed consultation that as cultural and linguistic appropriate. An interpreter must be able to explain concepts like that, or concession on environment impact. In Quechua, where the forest is causa sacha, the living forest. Without professional interpretation, informed consent doesn't exist. Therefore, it could be invalid. Thus, linguistic mediation acts like a barrier separating sustainable development from practice of territorial disposition. Considering these lines-based, my research explored current conservation strategy. The 2008 Constitution recognizes Quechua as a language of intercultural relations. Within this framework, the system of intercultural bilingual education has been the fundamental pillar for linguistic revitalization, striving to ensure the new generation reclaim pride in their mother language. However, we cannot ignore the challenges. During my study, I identified significant barriers, the scarcity of teaching resources, as well as instrumental discrimination that persists in urban centers. Preservation cannot be limited to primary education. It must extend to the legal field and the public administration so that Quechua perceived like a language of a prestige and technical utility. To conclude, I wish to emphasize that preserving the Quechua language is not merely legal duty. It is an imperative necessary for the sustainable development of Ecuador. The Quechua language is an invaluable resource of botanical and medicinal knowledge that Western science is only beginning to understand. By protecting this language, we are protecting ancestral knowledge. Defending linguistic diversity means defending national identity and ensure of the future where development doesn't entail the destruction of the other. Linguistic mediation is the bridge that allows these two worlds to communicate on equal terms.